with all these rumors swirling around about Melo, don't the Knicks almost have to trade Melo, or can this be salvaged?
Well, it sounds like they're forcing it. I mean, it sounds like you don't even have a choice. There's so much going on. Phil did his little sneaky stuff by making it seem like he was talking to the reporter and it got out. I know that was done intentional. All kind of stuff being done to try to force him out. And a lot of other teams can use him. So, if I was Melo, I wouldn't want to be nowhere where I'm not wanted, and especially all the good work he's done over the years. If he's not appreciated, I'll go elsewhere.
Interesting, Stephen, because that's what I was going to ask you. What would you do if you're Carmelo Anthony? Clearly, he wants to be in New York, and really, look, I'm not going to knock Melo whether he wants to win or not. He loved being in New York, wants to win here with the Knicks. That's not happening. Sounds like you'd get to the point where you're frustrated, not want to be where you're not wanted. Where would you want to go then? Would it be Boston? Would it be the Clippers? Would you have a specific spot? How would you handle that?
Well, it definitely has to be a team that's real close to win the championship. And I think the best fit for him would probably be Chicago or Cleveland. He can play the four. He'll be a dominant four in the East for at least 3-4 more years. He can score. He's a big body that can rebound. He just has to play better defense. But I think Chicago and Cleveland will be great spots for him because he'll make those teams championship contenders.
Stephen, how do you feel if you're one of Carmelo's teammates? This kind of harkens back a little bit for me to last year with the Lakers in terms of Kobe, and they're kind of ready for him to move on and they're ready to start the rebuilding process. Do you feel like some of the Knicks are ready for this saga to be over so they can move on?
Well, I'm pretty sure none of them won't say it to Melo, but a lot of guys wish the focus was more on the team and not Melo. But hey, if the focus was on the team, that wouldn't be a good focus either because y'all losing, y'all not winning. So I think at the end of the day, the blame is on Phil. It's not on Carmelo, but they gotta have somebody to blame. Melo's the best player on the team, and they just using him as a scapegoat. But Phil is the reason he brought these guys in, David Lee and Courtney Lee and Joakim Noah and all these other guys, and those guys are not the pieces to the puzzle that Melo needed. Those guys were not the answer, and this was all Phil's doing, and Melo suffering the consequences of it.
Yeah, this could be a bizarre situation to see how this plays out. The trade deadline's on February 23rd, so if there's any move to be made, it's going to happen between now and then.